Hi there, it's Emma from Emma's Cards and Paper Crafts. Today we are going to do part 2 of the Heirloom Arrangements kit. So on the last video we made the first 2 cards, which were, let's find the best picture to show you. Well, we made this one here, so we made 3 cards altogether on the first one, and then we made this one here and this one just here. So today we're going to be making these 5 here. I've pre-prepped and put everything in a pile for each card. Surprisingly, I double and triple and even quadruple checked, but I have a lot of bits and bobs left over. I've looked at my images multiple times because there's no step-by-step instructions for the other 5. I feel it kind of leaves it up to your interpretation of how you want to do it. There's some pieces that are very similar, so if you didn't like a piece you could swap it out, or you could use these extra pieces to make a couple of extra cards of your own. So there will be a part 3. I know I said there wasn't going to be a part 3, but there will be a part 3. We'll be using up these extra little bits and possibly a couple of extras with some of the Memories and More, either the Memories and More cards or the Notelet cards. And we'll make 2 more cards using up these last little bits. But that'll be another time. Or it might be just a short video or something like that. But it will happen and there will be a part 3. So let's get making these 5 here. So, like I say, this has pretty much left it up to interpretation on how you want to put these last ones together. This frame, I feel like it needs to be up on dimensionals, even though it's at the back. I feel like if it doesn't have dimensionals, then it's going to make the card look very, very flat. So we're going to start with this one, and I'm going to carefully put my pile of all my pieces up in front of me so we don't lose anything. And then we're going to start assembling this one here. So here's our frame. Let me just get my tearing tape and my dimensionals from the last video, because I actually tidied up. I can't believe it, but I did. I tidied up. So let's just get the tearing tape out of the packet, because I tidied so well that I decided to collate all of my little half rolls of tearing tape and put them in a bag together. So one's at, I don't know if it is or whether it's just slightly different colour, but one looks slightly wider than the other, and this one's more white. But this is my open one and this one's a new one. So we're going to put the new one back in the packet. We won't be using that one, and we'll just use this one here. As for dimensionals, I've also got some mini ones just because I want to put this up on dimensionals. So the minis ones didn't come with the kit. But like I say, you could just use the tearing tape to do this frame, but I just like adding a little bit more dimension. So I'm going to put one in each corner, and then one in the centre of each of the longer sides, just to give it a tiny bit more support. I'm going to try and do it so they're hidden so you can't see them. And then carefully peel all of these off. Didn't come. There we go. So, and the picture says to put it reasonably central, so that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to use the lines, because the lines look like they are pretty central. So we're going to put that there. And then I suppose this one's going to have to be on dimensionals as well, but we'll only put it on one, and we'll put it either end so that it sits over the frame rather than making it the card even taller again, if you catch my drift. So come on, nails are not cooperating today. And so that goes right about somewhere there. There's about a square gap in between. And then next up, I feel like it should be this one, but we're just going to pop this on with a bit of tearing tape, and we're going to put it underneath these leaves because that's hidden by the sentiment. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit. I'm going to work out roughly where it should be. So the back across these two middle leaves, I feel like is a good place. And let's peel like so. And the leaves are just above the top of the frame a little bit, so we're just going to line that up first. Like so. I've put it a little bit over to the left, but it's fine. It's fine. And then I'm going to put, yeah, we're going to put dimensionals on the back of here too. One there. And I'm going to put it on the card here, so that when I stick this down, yeah, it needs to go like that. So as long as I cover the dimensional, I'm not really adding too much more height to the card, even though it's still got the little shadowy areas. Now butterfly, of course the butterfly needs dimensionals. This is why I've loved this kit so much, because it's got so many layers to it. And there goes another craft lunch. There we go, butterfly. And then let's stamp our sentiments. So pecan pie is what we've been using. So it did come with a small pecan pie stamping spot, which I have right about here, but I like to keep my little ones for small projects out and about, so they just sit in my little drawer in front of me. So let's find the right sentiment. So this one is supposed to be, I've got to put everything on top of it, isn't it? I feel lucky to have you. So that's that one there. I've pre-mounted them all today, and I've got to put my thumb in the ink already. Of course I have. It's a circle, so as long as we get it in the middle, there's no top or bottom. So that's that. Let's close this up, because otherwise I'm going to have my whole hand in it again. And then that goes somewhere around here. So there we go, that's this card here finished up. So that's card number 4. Card number 5. Oh, I've picked up 5 and 6. Pop that one back on my pile in it carefully. So card number 5 is going to be this one here. Let's put my things out the way again. So I'm just going to quick squiz over this. So butterflies are definitely last. Then that. So these two definitely go down first, I feel like. So I'm just going to use some tear and tape on this one. Did that a little bit long to go down one side, so we're going to go with a different method. Just put 3 bits diagonally instead. As long as it's got plenty to hold it down, it's not going to go anywhere. So just making sure we've got a card around the right way, so it's got a little bit of writing here, whereas this card doesn't have the writing. And this is actually going quite close to the edge. So I'm going to put it in line with this line, so then I know it's straight and level. And then our flowers are going to go down next. I'm going to put that one on a dimensional, just because I can, because you know, I love my dimensionals. So that goes kind of like that. And the flowers are next. I'm going to do this one with tear and tape though. So that looks about right. And then we got this piece here going in the middle. This I'm going to put on dimensionals and just start building up some more layers. So yep, about here. Put it down a little bit because I want to see more of that yellow flower. So I'm going to put that there. Now we've got our butterflies. 1, 2, 1, 2. One there like that. And this one down a little bit lower like that. And then we've got a stamp our thank you, which is this one here. So let's open our pecan pie up again. Let's make sure I stamp it up the right way because I've double mounted all of my blocks so that I didn't have too many blocks out. There we go. I've not been able to see through that block. That was pretty straight. I'm happy about that. And then I'm going to use a couple of my mini dimensionals on the back of this one. So the great thing about the mini dimensionals is the thickness is exactly the same as the normal dimensionals. So you can actually mix and match your minis and your normal size ones throughout your project and it won't make any difference whatsoever. So there we go. There's card number 5. We're going to go on to card number 6, but I'm going to first close up this ink so I don't put anything in it. So card number 6 is going to be this one here. And I think I pretty much layered this one up how it's going to go. So that. And then that one, and this one's going to go down first with some tearing tape. Yeah, and that's the way they've got the card around in the image, but I'm just going to use it for purposes of making sure I get everything straight. There's that one. A little bit of tear and tape on the back of this one. And that one. And then let's tear that in half and put a bit at the top and a bit at the bottom. I was going to say wheel peel. There we go. That goes around that way. I'm going to slightly hide that one according to the picture. So, like so. Now these ones we're going to put on dimensionals. tag there. There's that one. And now we're going to stamp I appreciate your kindness. So, ink open again. Stamp. There we go. So whenever I've been using my stamps, because I've double mounted them, I always stand them up on their sides so I don't get ink on everything, apart from I've put my hand in the ink pad again. So I stand them up once they've got ink on, and then I also know in my head that they're ones that need to be cleaned. It just makes it easier for me to remember things because I'm not very good at that. Get dimensionals on here. That away, so we go in right about there. Now we use some dimensionals on the back of our butterfly. So with this kit you didn't have to follow all of the instructions if you didn't want to. You could literally just use the layers and the pieces yourself and make up your own cards. If I was to do this kit again, that's probably what I would do, because I do love how this kit looks, just all the different pieces you get and how you can layer them up. So that's going to go last, that's going to go next, that, and then this one first. Let's pop out its little taggy bit. Where did I put my tear and tape? It's probably right in front of me and I'm being blind. It's underneath my pecan pie, isn't it? Done it again, I made it a bit too long to go that way. I'm sure 2 pieces is going to be enough because it's going to be under all the layers. So it's 1, 2. So which way have they got they've got it around this way on this one. So to line it up, it goes quite close to the edge of this writing here and quite close underneath this writing here. So the instructions are pretty straightforward as for looking at the images kind of thing. And this comes over this side like so. So I'm going to put some tear and tape on the back of these leaves here. They'll be hidden. Come on. Trying to get the layers apart sometimes is a pain. So I think I've put my tear and tape on the wrong side. Oh well. We'll just go with the flow. And they're going to go, no they are, it is around the right way. It's going to go like that. And there's that bit. And this comes kind of here. I'll do this one with tear and tape too. Oh no, we got to the end of the reel. Yep, end of the reel. New reel. I'm sure I've probably got like a million more reels of tear and tape on the go somewhere as well. But just having a quick look around, I can't see any more. Where's the end? There it is. It's not peeling with the backing. There we go. I'm not sure, but I feel like the white one might be older from an old kit because that's why it's not peeling so well. So that goes somewhere about there because the circle goes in line, this circle goes in line with the edge of that. That goes there like that, I think. That's how we're going to do it anyway. And then we've got this flower sprig that goes down here, but I'm going to put this on dimensionals. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 on there, and then we need to stamp our sentiment. So let's make sure we're putting it the right way. So like so. And then we're going for another I Feel Lucky to Have You, which is on this block here, to make sure we get up the right way. Oh, we don't want that dimensional in the way. There we go. Stand that one up on its side. Give that a quick flip over. Stick a dimensional on the back there. 1 should be fine. Could have put 2 on there if you wanted to, but I feel like 1's probably enough. I'm going to pop that one right there. So there we go, that's card number 7. I feel like, yes. Yeah, this is the 4th one today, so card number 7 altogether. And then we've got the last one, which is card number 8, which is this one just here. Let's stamp our sentiment while we've got it out. And then I don't have to get my ink out again, do I? So this one's Thankful and Grateful. There we go. So the ink can go away now. I'll just give you a quick show you the envelope. So this is how we stamp the envelopes. We did that in the last video, but because all of the envelopes were stamped exactly the same, I didn't feel like you needed to see me stamp 8 of the exact same envelope. So we're going to get on with this one. So yeah, the bookmark piece goes down first. Now this one I've gotten too short on, but it's fine. I'll just put 2 pieces to make sure it's extra stuck. There we go. And then that one's going to go over there like so. We've got this piece ever so slightly on top, but not very much, just marginally on top. That one's too big. So just above the, or just above the writing on there, and only marginally over the top of that one. So next up we've got this piece. Don't know if it's going to be too much to put this one on dimensionals. I feel like it would be, so let's just put this on a tear and tape, because we've still got a couple more layers to go on. Rolled up, but so what. So this one's going to go about halfway across our butterflies. Seems a shame to be hiding them, but as per instructions, following the rules today. Yeah, we're going to put this one down with a bit of tear and tape as well, because I don't really have anything small enough dimensional wise to support the stem. So this one's coming out the top like so. This one I'm going to put on dimensionals. You can go there then, as that's where you landed. Yep, and then this one goes just down here like this. And this one on dimensionals 2. And then that goes along there, just like so. So that is our 8th and final card from the kit instructions. Let me just get all the cards back in to show you. So these are the 5 we've made today. There we go. And then the 3 we made on the last video are just here. So there we have it. That was the Heirloom Arrangements kit. Like I said, it comes with lots of extra little pieces. I looked at the instructions so many times and I honestly don't think I've missed pieces off of the instruction designs. I looked at them that closely for that long. So I genuinely think they are extra pieces so that you've got a bit more freedom, creativity to do what you want with the kit. That's why there's no real instructions to do the last 6. It just gives you kind of a guide to do the first 2 to see how you get along, see what sparks your interests and creativity within that. I do hope you've enjoyed watching this kit. I've got to say this has been like my favourite kit that we've done for such a long time. Just love all the layering and all the different elements, because you've got both vellum and die cut pieces and stamping, so you've got a bit of everything in this kit. So yeah, I hope you will pop back and see my short little video using up the extras. I might just pop that one as an extra video at the weekend rather than leaving it till midweek again, because I'm sure you don't want to wait all that long for a third part of a video. I may even pop this half on earlier as well, as I've had time to get this done. So thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.